Why did I become an engineer? That was probably more of a destiny than choice. I was exposed to engineering from my very early childhood. My father is a very passionate engineer. I like problem solving, especially technical challenges. So taking on customers' issues or problem cases that we have within SKF, I really enjoy working in those environments. I graduated from Sheffield Hallam University in the UK with mechanical and production engineering. After graduating at the end of 80s, I joined SKF and the rest of it is history. SKF has been very good to me and has always given me challenges. You come to work at SKF most of the time, not to work with your colleagues, but to work with your friends. I enjoy being with my family. I'm an outdoors person. I love the mountains and the seas. It's always something outdoors. And I grew up on the seaside, so I went fishing from day one. And those things stay with you for the rest of your life. Anybody that's been a sailor or a fisherman or spent any kind of time out in the sea will tell you without a doubt that ocean is very powerful. Just imagine if we could harness that power. It is so big that we could create a new energy revolution.
I've always liked technical matters and logical things. So probably this is where I started to think, well, maybe I become an engineer. I think SKF engineers can make a difference by understanding deeply customer needs and bringing different skills and competencies together through teamwork to best develop what the customer is expecting. SKF is involved in nearly all industries that are today working on vehicle electrification. What drives me in my normal life is mostly interaction with people. So that can be my family, my friends, my colleagues. By learning to play an instrument, you also need to learn to be patient. So in that respect, music, I think, is helping in everyday work. And on top, the idea of building something together to have a project successful has a lot to do with playing music together. I think for future cities, we would all dream of having less pollution, less noise, less traffic jams, and all this meaning less stress at the end of the day. So this is all what we dream for our children or the children of our children. And I believe that vehicle electrification is a good way to have this dream become reality.
At school, I always loved math and science. I did well as well, except maybe biology. I did my bachelor's and then did my master's from the US in CAD/CAM systems and robotics. And since then, I have been in the product development area. Engineering, I say, would be its application of science and technology. And then problem solving is the key. That is the heart and soul. It's extremely exciting and also beneficial to have a technical center like GTCI here in Bangalore, because one of the key aspects for GTCI is to have talented engineers. I think for me the greatest joy of working in a team is the opportunity to learn from each other. I have a great team which has great strengths, and we complement each other very well. I think for me, every day going to work and learning from each other is the biggest delighter, I would say. I think sports is a great way of keeping yourself fit, but at the same time have fun as well. I have played cricket at the university level and also at the league level. It has helped me understand the team spirit, and it has developed the attributes which are needed for teamwork. In the past 15 years, India has grown rapidly. I'm sure in the next 10 years, with so much emphasis on technological products, India will be a great economic force to reckon with.
I graduated from the university in Shanghai. In the year 1997, I decided to go to Canada by myself. I spent 2 years in Toronto and worked as a manufacturing engineer. After that, I decided to have my Master of Engineering degree, so I went to a University of Western Ontario. I like to work with people. I like challenges. Sometimes under pressure. I like to see the things improving. I like to see the things can be changed in a way to the positive side. When I look at SKF culture, it's talking about empowerment, openness, and also talking about coach. I think this is quite important because you would allow people to use their smartness. You have to have a group of people to be smart. Understand the market is one thing. To understand the competition is the other thing. Just like a sports, you see your opponent and you have to hit their weakness, not compete against their strengths. Automotive is a very challenging industry. It's testing whether or not you are smart, whether or not you can convince people to trust you. But by the end, if you can do it, this self-satisfaction level is high. That's why I am still working automotive. I don't know what kind of things I'm gonna do in 5 years, but once again, one thing I'm sure I'm gonna do is I will not only use myself, I'm gonna encourage the whole team to make things happen.
The spanking new Astrodome is the new $31 million home of the Houston Astros. The scores.
Baytown to Sugar Land, ROI Seabrook, Houston.
Southern charm, you have to almost experience it. It's just an openness, a willingness to engage, a hello on the street, acknowledgement, whereas just all of that embroiled into a culture. My name is Jim Henry. I am the end-user sales manager for the USA for the Traditional Energy Business Unit. SKF is in a good position for almost limitless growth in the oil and gas business, and I'm really excited to be a part of the Traditional Energy Business Unit to help make that happen. I'm driven at work by the satisfaction I get in working with customers. Basically, when we engage our customers in the oil and gas industry, they're bringing us problems and asking for help and for solutions. So whether that's to improve reliability or improve the safety of their operations, finding and working with customers to develop those unique engineered solutions is very satisfying. My family means everything to me. As much as I love working for SKF, I do it for them. So they are the motivation for everything that I do. I think sports are a great place, a microcosm for life in general, of how you have to be able to work with people, get along, builds a bit of a competitive spirit, but also a team spirit at the same time. So I think it's invaluable, and I'm hoping my kids are learning that as well. With our platform approach and our vast portfolio, I think the ability to engineer specific solutions that meets the needs of the oil and gas industry will quickly make us a preferred supplier globally for the things that we can deliver that help them address the drivers that they have, which is reliability, safety, and environment.
I think I am a kind of problem solver. We help our customer to solve a huge problem and they thank a lot, and I go out thinking, okay, that was a good day. My name is Axel Gorza and I work as a service engineer at SKF here in Argentina. I really enjoy countryside, free air, fishing, camping, and go jogging. There were a lot of hours spending watching on TV program related to engineering and manufacturers. I saw that and I thought I have to be an engineer. I have an industrial engineering degree from Luján National University. Before leaving university, I started working at SKF. So I started to learn about predictive maintenance. Luckily, I have a very professional team. Whoever in the team who visit a particular plant have to be as professional and complete as his mates, because he is representing SKF at that moment and place. SKF, it's like an open book when you have a lot of resource, a lot of technology, a lot of people who knows a lot. So if you really want to be successful, you only have to keep learning.
Well, I've always been interested in technical things, and as my father was an engineer and he has kind of been my idol when growing up, it was kind of natural for me to also become an engineer. One of my favorite things growing up was to build Lego, seeing how things worked, how I could construct things, and that has kind of been the starting point for my engineering career, I think. I have a Master of Science degree in electrical engineering, actually, which is what most people at SKF does not study, I guess. It's mechanical engineering. Well, I started at Nova and I continued to work for them for 6 years, and then I applied for this job as a key account manager within the railway business unit. I really like the contrast in my work. One day you're at the workshop floor and the next day you're talking to the purchasing organization, so I really like the variety of things, and it's never dull and you never get bored. I'm born into rally. My father has been driving when he was young, and my cousin has been driving when I was growing up. We're a car-crazy family. Both in rally and in my work, we are working in teams, and it's really important that every part of the team is performing well, and we are all equally important in order to be a successful team.